Inditex is an international fashion retailer. At the beginning of 2002, it had 1,284 stores and 27,000 employees around the world. The company's principal operation was Zara, a chain of women's fashion stores that operated in 32 countries, including locations such as Paris, Milan, and Tokyo. Inditex's 5 other clothing chains were Massimo Dutti, Pull&Bear, Bershka, Stradivarius, and Oysho. Inditex was based in northwest Spain, near the coastal city of La Coruña. Founder Amancio Ortega opened his first Zara store here in 1970. In 2000, the company opened a new headquarters building. It also operated about 20 manufacturing and distribution facilities in the region. This case describes the structure of Inditex's sector, its key international competitors, and the company itself, with a particular focus on the Zara chain. Zara's 4-step business system, involving design, sourcing and manufacturing, distribution, and retailing, is described in detail, as is its internationalization. The case concludes with senior executives of Inditex discussing their strategy in detail at a management roundtable. The questions raised include where to focus Zara's future expansion and the chain's ability to sustain its competitive advantage, justifying the assumptions about continuing rapid, profitable growth built into its hefty stock market valuation.
One of the first things that we need in this vertical integration of the production is to have the right information. How do we get the right information? We can have all the information daily from the stores on sales the day before, but that's easy, just to know what styles are selling, what colors are selling, and all this. But the difficult thing is to know what we don't have and we should. And in order to know this, communication is very important. Personal communication with the store manager. And for instance, we are now seeing a meeting that they are having right here, all the product people along with the commercial people, in order to establish also how many styles we're going to do for the collection that they are doing right now. And they are just dealing with the information that they are getting from the store managers, and they are now putting it all together in order to take decisions about the product and how to manage the product. After all this information they get from the stores, then we have different options about the product. The creation is not only a matter of the designers, graphic designers, it's a matter of all this information and all the decisions that they all together take following all this information that they are gathering in the stores. Once we get all this information, we have several options. First of all, we can decide that an article is not selling well, so we can take it out of the collection. No problem at all, because we don't have stock. As we produce, we sell, we just send to the store, so it's not a problem of stock. Also, we can decide just to keep in style but make another one which is slightly different, because people in the stores, they ask for this. And they say, for instance, don't you have this in this color? Don't you have stripes instead of squares? And then another third option that we have is to introduce a new item in the collection. And that's very important, because actually that's the main objective of Zara. All the integration, all the organization, all the work that we do and how we do it is in order to get this fast response to the market when they need it and how they need it. Since this is like a chain with no end and no beginning, it's like everything just goes around. So this will be the beginning, but at the same time is the continuity, because this happens during the whole season.
No, es que me faltó, le dijo a Begoña, me faltó este producto y este y este y este. Dijo, mira, ese producto entró, tuvo su momento y se quemó. Se quemó. Ayudé a señoras de una camisa y le pedían.
Once the decisions have been taken, then we find all the people that we see behind me, which are all the designers, the graphic designers, and they are the ones who make all the trends that they are supposed to come for the next season. Also, all those necessities, all those needs that the public and the clients are asking during the season as well. The designers, they're really close to the people who are doing all the samples for the garments that we are going to manufacture ourselves in our facilities, in our plants. All these garments that you see hanging all over are the samples that they are studying, that they are seeing whether they're going to stay like this or we're going to make any change. We have like 200 people in the creation team, and we are talking about the three departments: menswear, children's wear, and women's wear. They are all working on the same way. They are organized on the same way. From everything that you can find in the store, 80 to 90%, depending on the collections, of course, but 80 to 90% is more or less is produced in Europe. From that 80 to 90%, we have like a 65%, which is manufactured here in Spain, and from that, 50% is made right here in Arteijo, here in our facilities. Our fabrics arrive here from several parts in the world, mainly from Italy, France, and even Spain. Once we have the fabrics, we have the first step, which is the marking, which will help us to take the most profit, to minimize the waste of the cloth as we are going to cut. As we cut more than 35 million meters of cloth in 1 year, this is a very important step to take. It's like putting a puzzle, but it's a puzzle where the pieces don't match because actually the patterns are different. They have different shapes. So the persons in charge of doing the marking, they must make this puzzle fit, although they're not supposed to match. This is one of the most difficult things because it becomes even more difficult as they have to match stripes or they have to respect the direction of the cloth. This information goes straight to the cutting table. The matches will be from 40 up to 100, 120 layers of cloth. We pick up the blocks of fabric, which are sent to the workshops. In the workshops, they put together all the pieces of the garments. These workshops are located all over the region in Galicia, even the northern part of Portugal. The workshops are owned by independent subcontractors. In total, we have more than 11,000 people working in the workshops. The workshop is organized as an array of small assembly lines. Garments are sent back here to the very same manufacturing plant that has done the cut. Once we get them back here, we start with the quality control, which also is the beginning of the ironing process. Quality control involves several steps. We check every single part one by one. Once we finish the quality control, Then the garments are sent to the bagging system machine. They are bagged and transferred to the distribution center on an automated system. This system links every manufacturing plant with the logistics center by a total of 211 kilometers of rail. The distribution center has an area of 400,000 square meters, which are divided in two areas. One of it will be dedicated to the hanging clothes, and then another one to the folding clothes. These two floors for the hanging clothes, the first one is where we receive all the garments which are arriving directly from the manufacturing centers. And the second floor, where we can see the red papers, this is the floor where we distribute the garments to the stores. Actually, in those red papers, we have the names of each store in the world. Then in the other area for the folding garments, the way we distribute is using what we call the carousel, a distribution machine which has been done specifically for us. A system of distribution based on the mail. As the garments arrive to the computers, they pass through the infrared for the barcode. So they identify what kind of garment we're going to distribute at that moment. The folding clothes are carried around the carousel on trays, which automatically distribute into boxes that are going to the stores that order them. The way the stores make the orders is through the PDA. The day that they have to make the order, they just connect the PDA, and the office here in the logistics center will send them all the availability that we have in the logistics center, everything that we have manufactured from the last order. By the end of the day, they just gather all the orders from the 3 departments inside of the store in one of the PDAs, and they connect it again, so the order will arrive to the office here in the logistics center as a unique order from that store. The trucks are owned by independent subcontractors. The stores order twice per week, although we send the merchandise 4 times per week from the distribution center here in La Coruña. 2 days we'll distribute to a specific geographical area, and then another 2 days will be for another geographical area. We do work with the prototype of the stores in order to have a general idea of what the store is going to look like all around the world. We built up this prototype store for 2 reasons. The first and main one is because we don't do any kind of conventional advertising or publicity. So for us, this is our image. This is our advertising, our publicity toward the public. So this is the windows. Actually, the store is the window of the company. And the second reason why we have this prototype store in here in the headquarters is because for us it's like a rehearsal of how we are supposed to show our offer, our collection to the clients. And the best way also for them to see it all and to choose what they would like to wear. If we have this prototype, then when we have to open up a new store, it will be built up as we have the image in here. So we design everything in here, and then we transmit this to the rest of the world. We invest in doing the best location and to build up a really warm ambience, a really pleasant ambience for the clients to step in and have a walk around.
We have an image that differentiates us from all the rest, and there is a design team that is redecorating constantly.
They design every single corner and every single furniture, from the lights to the ceiling to the floor, even where the elevator will go, etc.
Also, there's the music. They send us a disc that we put into our audio system, so the music is the same for all the stores in the group.
When we talk about the coordination, this is something we do constantly. The coordination department will be taking care of how we display the garments, how we show them to the public. We keep on sending new styles to the store every week, twice per week. So as they change in the store, they will change in here as well, because the coordination team, they do all that you can see here, the way that the garments are displayed in here. They take the pictures and they go to all the stores in the world to show how things are supposed to be placed and displayed. Also something that is very, very important for us and that we do stress a lot, which are the windows. That's something that is so important that we even have a specific team which is separated from the other teams working for the decoration and the look inside of the stores. The way we work in here is exactly the same one that we talked about of the coordination inside of the store. There is another team preparing all the image of the windows, and then they will travel all around the world showing how things are supposed to be in the windows. Not all the stores have the same kind of windows, so they have to adapt the different options that they have in here to the stores which are in their areas. We work here in the headquarters and everything is settled down in here, and obviously it's adapted to the image in the stores, either inside or outside, as we can see here.